Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I am your host, Sergeant John Perrine, the Public Information Officer for the Indianapolis District. The Indiana State Police Roadshow is brought to you by Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. For more information about our sponsor, you can visit them at www.indianasfinest.com. We have a really interesting topic to talk to you about today. We're going to talk about the difficulty and the success of felons getting a job. And so my guest from the Indiana Department of Corrections and the hire program is Michael Martin Drain.
You got it.
MMD, right?
You got it, John.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and I'm looking forward to this conversation because I think it is a very important thing
Absolutely.
in our society to get these folks employed. So kind of give us the lowdown of how the program started and where we are today.
Sure, absolutely. The hire program has been in existence for about 8 years. We help people with felony convictions get employment. We first started off with the Department of Workforce Development, and then just recently we have been converted over into the Department of Corrections. And this was mainly due a lot to the governor's initiative with being sure that resources were available for individuals who had felony convictions who were incarcerated. So what the hire program does is we go in, for the most part, we conduct 2-day academies with our individuals who have certifications within the Department of Corrections. So they may have like a welding certification, culinary arts, business trades, different things like that. So we go in there and we sit down with these guys. We have a 2-day boot camp with them. We help them with pre-release employment, which is employment, while they're there, we'll actually line up a business to come in there. They'll interview them while they're incarcerated. So when they are released, they have a job to return to or go to. We also help with post-release as well too. The hire program has, which we're super excited about, 2 national awards in 2018 and also 2019. So we are really dedicated and passionate about the work that we do. Other than that, we come in there, we also do virtual job fairs, which we just got done doing one last week, which is super exciting. And we bring in businesses. They are over the loudspeaker. We're able to type in questions to them. We get our guys that are being released to different different areas within the state. And we have those businesses tell them what opportunities are available, what jobs are available. We have them come in and say, hey, this is our hourly rate for this job. We give them direct contact information. So when they are released, they have something to go to or a resource to go to. We also bring in different businesses for business tours and everything else like that. So it's a super exciting program. We get to meet these guys while they're incarcerated. We get to chat with them while they get out. We get to help them line up with different services, help them with education, certification, trades, different things like that. So we're really excited about our work, but it is a challenge, 100%.
And this is really interesting because there's apprehensions out there. Businesses hiring these folks,
Absolutely.
But they need workers, right?
That's
we
correct.
know we are in a we're in a place where people need workers. And so it's time to get creative.
Yeah.
But what are some of those apprehensions that businesses come to you with that say, hey, I'd like to do this, but I'm scared because of
Yeah,
what?
I mean, we get a lot of businesses that are they either can insure our guys due to some of the convictions that they have. They're a little bit apprehensive because, of course, they don't want violence in the workplace.
Sure.
They may not necessarily want to work with possibly a sex offender. So the coordinators are really good, and especially myself and different other people from just our area, Evansville, different parts, Fort Wayne. We go in and we sit down with these businesses and we say, hey, what does this look like for you? We ask them what they're comfortable with, where we would call them their go, no-goes. What do you want? What don't you want? Or are you open to this? And we work with them to create an actual vetting system for them so that they're getting the best employees possible, okay?
Right.
So we work with that. And of course, throughout the while, that relationship grows. We work with over 2,500 businesses throughout the full state of Indiana. So we have a lot of coordinators with wonderful background experience. We have one with 10 years in DLC. We have another with over 20 years of doing reentry work. We have individuals that have been police officers prior to and also correctional officers for some time. So we have a large variety of skilled, different coordinators.
Yeah, and so this is important because some of these folks have been locked up for quite some time.
You are correct.
And it's called the Department of Corrections, not the Department of Incarceration.
Tell me about it.
And so we want to make sure that these folks have every chance they can when they've corrected themselves. Now, it's hard to, these people are going to be held accountable their entire lives for decisions they may be made when they're 18 or 19 years old.
Correct.
And now they're in their 30s and 40s trying to find a job. but there's also challenges that come with living in a free society because they're not used to it.
Correct.
And so that transition is very difficult. So you guys support them through that transition. It's not just, here's your job, you're on your own. What other kinds of things do you for them?
We work with our clients for a full year. So we get a chance to see, as I always call it, we're boots on the ground. We get a chance to see that full transition. We help them also be sure to get their skills up, because there's some that come out and they want to get into CDL. Okay, sometimes they don't qualify for some of the general certifications or trades. So we would actually set them up with a trucking company that we know that would be able to get them on, be able to train them for a year. After that year is done, and they're able to drive and do what they need to do after that. So we work with them on that front. We also connect them to community resources as well too, such as the John Bonner Center or the Flanner House or different things like that, so that not only where we stop at, there's individuals that can help them within the community to sort of branch that gap that we would have there.
So if there's business owners out there or managers or people looking for employees, where do they go? Maybe they say, hey, I'll take a shot at this. Who do I contact? How do I let you know that I'm willing to hire some convicted felons?
Yeah, they can call me directly. My work cell is area code 317-296-9722. They can also go on the state website as well too. So if they go to nd.gov, they can also input the hire program, and then our pictures flash up there, all of our coordinators throughout the state, and they're actually able to do a general message there as well too. Definitely reach out to us. I always say, if I'm not meeting with a client, I'm meeting with a business. So
and some of these offenders are coming out with certifications that might be difficult
100% correct.
for other folks to get. And so what kind of certifications are you guys offering?
We're offering pretty much with IDOC. I mean, they have welding certification, which is super hot.
Yeah.
We have the Last Mile program, which is a computer coding program that we have, where they're going in and they're learning how to code different systems, and that's super exciting. We had MC Hammer come into the women's prison, I believe it was last year, to really help kick off that program. So that was super exciting for us. We also have business trades. We have culinary arts. There's also a brake shop as well too over in Pendleton. So a lot of really exciting programs that we have. Over in Plainfield, we have the commissary warehouse, which is a standard warehouse where they can pick and pull products. They even get certified with forklift driving, a whole lot of things. So I love to bring businesses into there, because guess what? They're able to see them working right there, hustling right there, actually, making a monetary fun, but a fun day to day.
And I could see some advantages to hiring an offender that's coming out of the system, because they're used to a routine. They understand what it means to get up at a certain time, to be somewhere at a certain time. Of course, all that's told they have to.
Correct.
But you're hiring somebody that's used to a routine, and they're going to come straight into your company with those same standards of a routine.
That is correct. Yeah, we have a vetting system. We call it the red light, green light, yellow light, and that's just according to if they have certifications. What's their conduct background look like? Are they responsive to some of our requests that we have? Do they have a resume in place? So we're looking at all of that to be sure that we are sending out the best qualified candidates that we have to these businesses, because it is super vital for us to keep those relationships intact with our businesses.
And I'm glad you bring that up, because if you have somebody who has gone into the system to incarceration as a young person, but then they've been trouble all the way through.
Correct.
And they're about to be released. That's not somebody you want to push and say, hey, this is going to be a great worker for you, because that's just going to be a black eye on your
You're correct, John. And I put it like this. I don't fire any clients. I may put you on freeze. I may put you on ice. But guess what? I'm not sending you here or there, because guess what? That relationship is super important to us, and we need to keep that for the next guy.
So these businesses have to know that these folks have been vetted, not just because, hey, we're ready to be done with them. We want them to have a job. They're good people. They're ready for this job.
Correct.
Yeah,
We spend some time with them.
And that's so important, because living in a free society for some of these folks can be a major change. They've maybe been in the system there since teenage years.
Correct.
But they need routine, and sometimes getting that job right away could be what it takes to keep them out of trouble.
You're
it gives
correct.
them purpose.
Yeah.
It allows them to provide for themselves, because it's not easy.
I mean, we have right now 85% of individuals who are arrested are not employed. The recidivism rate right now is around 33.87% right now. So that's something that we're working on right now. But when you see that 85%, I mean, that sort of hits home that, hey, we need to get these guys moving. We need to be sure that they're actually putting their skills into play, because if not, it's an easy thing to sort of go back to that old lifestyle. So we want to be sure they're productive.
Yeah, when I was a young trooper, I arrested a young man for shoplifting, and I don't remember all the details, but I'll never forget something he told me. And we were having a conversation, and he said something along the lines of, why would I work for it and buy it when I can just steal it? And it was unfortunate that he had that mentality. Yeah. But that's a young person. And so now, hopefully, as he's served his time and gotten through, maybe he's a good contributing member of society. The answer isn't just locking these folks up.
That's right. Correct.
And that's what this program's about, is they commit a crime, they serve their punishment. Now let's see if we can help them become a good contributing person to our society.
Yeah. I mean, I always say to me too, it's one of those things of, it's planting a seed, because at the end of the day, when we're doing these 2-day academies, we're really speaking truth to a lot of foolishness out there, to a lot of crazy mentalities, to a lot of things that they thought worked for them that are not working for them. I mean, we're talking to millennials, we're talking individuals who are in their 60s and 70s. So to have those come to Jesus conversations with them, to say, hey, it's either you begin the process of shaping this out or rechanging your thinking, or it's back in here, can be quite eye-opening.
Yeah, and it is. And so we're talking with Michael Martin Drain of the Indiana Department of Corrections. He's the hire coordinator for Marion County here in central Indiana, but it stretches to every corner of the state. Correct. I mean, you guys cover the entire state. And we're talking about the difficulty and the success of getting jobs for convicted felons as they're coming out of the Department of Corrections, because no offense, you don't want them back, right?
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. When I do see them, I want to see them in the grocery store with a cart full of groceries, and I'm waving and they're waving. That's how I want to see them.
If every corrections facility emptied out and you lost your job, it'd be difficult, of course, on you. But you know what? It wouldn't be a bad thing, right?
Right. John, I'll go work with the state of Indiana.
Yeah,
that's all. Police department.
Of course. but what I'm saying is it's corrections. We've got to correct these folks, and this is a great step to it, because coming out on your own and trying to get a job is one thing, but when you've got folks like you backing this person saying, hey, I'll vouch for them, that they're going to be a good worker for you, I would probably say at least 90% of the time you're successful with that, and that's huge in getting them a job.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had some wonderful leadership with Carrie Heck, Alexis Dean, that have really helped push this in the next direction. So we're excited about it, and we're just, as we have been for now 8 years, really going out there and doing the good work and do what we need to.
And they're trained, certified, and prepared, and these aren't necessarily just low entry-level jobs. Some of these are very high-paying jobs with great benefits, retirement packages, the whole works, and that's what's gives them purpose, gives them a goal to really succeed in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, let's just tell folks again who might be tuning in late or didn't catch it the first time, how do they get a hold of you? If you're a business owner looking for employees, whether you're a landscaper, a computer programmer, welding, I mean, you name it, if you need employees, that you can probably find them.
They can go to the indy.gov site, type in the hire program, and it is going to give them a full map of the state of Indiana with coordinators that are located there. They can contact them directly, or they can even follow up with me. It's area code 317-296-9722. I'll be happy to take their call and get them directed in the right spot so we can get these guys working.
And we have about a minute and a half here. Do you have a specific recent success story that you maybe share that you've seen somebody really flourish in this program?
Absolutely. We had one guy, he was incarcerated for over 20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
That's a lifetime.
It is. And he took our 2-day Hire Academy course. He was completely overwhelmed, but he came back the second day with a ton of questions. He got released. We stayed in contact. We actually ended up getting him employed. And now he has his own place. He has his own car. He started off at a job at $12 an hour. Now he's making $17 at that same job. And he is doing it. So we are super happy about that. And we're going to continue to be in contact with him, because guess what? After he goes there, next level. He has to go next level after that.
And now he always has a resource for you. He needs help. He needs a recommendation. He finds a better paying job. You guys are going to back him up because he's had that success.
That is correct.
And that's one of the great things I see in this program, is just having somebody that can back you up, somebody that can vouch for you, because sometimes your record could be enough to eliminate you from the job process.
That is correct.
So our guest today has been Michael Martin Drain.
Yeah,
sorry, man.
You're good. Just MMD is fine. Yeah, whatever you want.
MMD from the Indiana Department of Corrections Hire Program, talking about hiring convicted felons as
That's
they come
right.
out of the incarceration there, and very, very important program. Hire, you can find their information on the website, on the state of Indiana website. Just type in Hire program and you'll get it. The Indiana State Police Roadshow is brought to you by Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the State Police Alliance. Roadshow is out.